All right. I think things are going. I hope. I just rushed back home to to get on the stream. So let me get back to my full camera. Um yeah, let me find the chat. Sorry, I'm very flustered. I like if I don't start the stream on time for LinkedIn, then the event just like totally craps out. So not a good spot to be in. And then it starts streaming to the wrong event, which is ridiculous. Hello on Twitch. Good to see you here. So yeah, we'll get started in just a moment. It's going to be a different type of live stream than usual, which is going to be fun. By fun, I mean I'm probably going to mess up a lot of stuff, be flustered, but that's all part of it. So we are going to be coding today, and that's why it's a little bit unusual for this live stream. We're going to be vibe coding or something. Epic Video Game Life. This is the one that you join is going to be the most weird, different one than what we normally do here. But thanks for being here, Architect. Good to see you. We're going to be building something for Code Commute, which is the cool part. So, for context, we're going to be using Cursor. We're going to be starting from scratch. We're going to see what it can do. And we are going to try building the landing page for Code Commute, which some folks are here from Code Commute. That is my vlog YouTube channel, where I answer questions on software engineering and career development. And I either do it from right here if I haven't been driving much, or I do it from the car, going to and from the gym and to and from work. So, by the way, this week, because I'm going to be going into the office every day, there's going to be a lot of Code Commute videos. So we're going to build a landing page for that. And for folks that are not familiar with Code Commute, the style of that channel is very much me trying to answer questions for people. So if you've watched Code Commute before, I try to say at the beginning of every video, like, if you have a question, leave it below in the comments. And then I direct people to different social media. I say, go find Dev Leader on any social media channel. You can send me a message, and I'll keep you anonymous that way. So I figured I have codecommute.com, because obviously you have to buy a domain name for everything, right? So I have codecommute.com. I think if you go to it right now, what does it do? Let's see. I think it just goes to the YouTube channel. Let me, 1 second. Just want to hide some stuff before I share my screen. If you go to codecommute.com, goes to YouTube, right? So we're going to change that. It's going to be a landing page. It's going to have Aspire as I want to set it up with Aspire so I get the dashboard as a minimum. We're not going to deploy it today. I hope we can get as far as it running, but we'll have it running locally, and it's going to be in Blazor. So it's going to be cool. I'm nervous because I fully expect, based on my experience working with LLMs and agents and stuff, it's gonna be bumpy. So bear with me. I'm excited to see how good vibe coding can be. Yeah, and I want to clarify too. I'm calling this vibe coding. I've had people call me out on this before. Yeah, there you go, Devin. Go renew your domains, or build something for them. The people that have commented back when I say vibe coding, they've said, Nick, that's not vibe coding. So up for you to decide what you want to call it. I just want to clarify what I mean by vibe coding in this context. I know how to build software. I've done it for a couple of years at this point, and I have been told that when using an LLM, if I'm giving it like corrections or telling it to change things because it's wrong or go down a different path, like, that's not vibe coding. I'm supposed to just like copy, paste, new prompt, copy, paste, and hope things work. And that's the vibe part. I'm not doing that. I am going to be using an LLM, in my opinion, the way that I would try to be talking to like a software engineer that's going to be doing work to build stuff. So if that's not vibe coding by your definition, I'm sorry, but that's what's going to happen. So let's get Cursor pulled up. I'm not sharing my screen yet. I just want to make sure I can get it up here. and we'll get going on it. So as I'm going through this, you know, I want to remind people too, it's an Epic Video Game Life's first time on a live stream here, coming from Code Commute. But the whole goal with my my live streams is they are AMA format. Yes, I'm going to be coding live in this one, but definitely if you have questions about anything, it's not about what we're doing, yell it out in the chat. I'm happy to try and answer that stuff. If you're seeing how I'm prompting stuff and you know stuff's not working, like jump in the chat, share your thoughts. I'm all here for it. I think it's gonna be messy, but it should be fun. So let's see. You guys see cursor? And how do we even use cursor? File, new. Can I just like start in the chat? Do I have to open a project? Where's the tab for chat? Why is that not even showing? Open view, there it is. Sorry, I don't code on this computer. This is like my streaming computer, so nothing is set up the way that I expect it to. So what I want to do is use agent mode. I'm not starting with the context. And sorry, what I mean by that is I'm not starting with anything. What I've been doing on some of my other projects, this is kind of in place for Visual Studio Code. There's like or you've seen it in ChatGPT, I'm sure there's like an instructions file. And the idea is that you can give it some context that's going to be attached to every prompt that you're doing. I'm not going to be doing that for this because I don't even know what I would want to put there. We'll see. Maybe it would be helpful, but I'm not going to start that way. Question in the chat, do you use Linux for coding? I don't use Linux for anything. No, I don't like using Linux. I am a UI person. I have used Windows my entire life. I'm very comfortable in it. All of the reasons that people seem to hate Windows, I don't seem to have those problems. It's like all the people that hate using Visual Studio, I don't seem to have those problems. I'm sorry if you have problems with that stuff. I don't seem to, but no, I don't really use Linux for anything. I deploy software to Linux VMs, but I don't like spending time in Linux, and I don't like spending time in a command prompt. And I'll be the first to say it. I know a lot of people sort of measure their software and programming expertise by how much time they spend in a prompt. I'm like, I don't get it, man. Like, I'd rather see stuff. I'd rather click buttons and see what's going on. I don't play video games at the terminal, right? So I can be more, I find I'm much more effective with the user interface. But let's see. So I think, and I haven't tried this yet, so this might just flop right from the beginning. If it does, I'll go to Visual Studio quickly and get it scaffolded. But I'm going to start in, oh, you can't see the chat. Ugh, I got to move something around. Where should I put? Should I hide the chat? Do you guys have an opinion? Do you want me to move my head over here? There's no good spot, is there? Let's, I'll just move it for now. I'm going to have to remind myself to move it back. But, oops, I don't know if I think we can get Cursor to start a new project, but I haven't tried it yet. So what I want to do is give it some context for what I want to build. And I've had people suggest to me that I should be asking the LLM back, like, is there anything else that you want me to provide details for? That seems to be something that can be really effective for enhancing it. So I want to build an Blazor website with server-side rendering and have support for Aspire. I will need an Aspire project and a Blazor project created. And then I don't know how much context I want to give it right away, but I think it might be helpful for starting things off. So we'll be creating a landing page for my website called Code Commute. What information do you need to get started scaffolding the Aspire and Blazor projects before we begin. I have no idea if that's going to be okay. So let's find out. Can I do this for now? Can you guys read that okay? Is that coming through for text size and stuff? Let me know. I don't know how to... Can I even zoom in on that? No, I can't. So if it's too small, that sucks. Okay. Project structure and naming. Solution name should be called Code Commute. Sure. App host and web. So it knows this part at least. Thanks on Twitch. How do you spell out how I'm supposed to phonetically say your name? Haor Dev? Haor? I want to be able to say it so I don't just keep saying on Twitch. Bigger, please. Sorry, Epic Video Game Life. You gotta move your head closer to the screen. I can't zoom in on it, I don't think. I'm trying with the mouse wheel. It doesn't work in control. But you can see the project naming and structure seems like it can figure out I need an app host for Aspire, the web part for Blazor. .NET. Okay, I got to tell it that. Good point. Aspire orchestration. Do you want to use Aspire for local orchestration only? These are really good questions. However you think it should be spelled. Haor Dev is what I'm going to call you, if that's okay. Haor. Haor? I don't know. I'll try my best. Additional services. Oh, good question. So we'll need a database. And I was actually filming a Code Commute episode right before rushing in the door to get here. And I was saying that it is going to be going to Azure. And for the database, I don't know why I always just go to MySQL for some reason. Like it just habit. I think Azure has Postgres. We're going to use Postgres. Blazor hosting model. You mentioned server-side rendering. Should this be a Blazor server app or do you want WebAssembly? No, we're just going to do Blazor server app, I think. Authentication. No, I'm not going to do that. I think, and for the reason why is like, I don't want people to have to like make accounts and stuff to submit questions. I'd rather just have like some type of form entry. We're not even there yet. We'll get to it. Styling. Oh, front end. These are front end words I don't know. Tailwind. Oh no. Bootstrap. No. We'll get to that at some point. Source control. Git. Yes, that would be really cool. So these are. I think this is a really good question to ask because there's a bunch of stuff that I just assumed that it would have known, and I feel like it got a pretty good idea, but there's some good stuff for me to clarify. So let's go through this. I know I just did it verbally, but I can't type and speak at the same time, apparently. I'm interested to see how they protect the server from attacks. Yeah, so I think what I'll want to do is make sure when we're getting the submission, we're not using Subversion, no. When we go to do the submission part, what we should try to do is make sure there's rate limiting and other stuff. Fortunately for me, I, at Microsoft, work on a team that does a lot of stuff like this. So should be able to figure something out. But let's go through this. So project structure, that structure and naming is great. 2, let's use .NET 9, 3. So we'll deploy with Aspire as well. Not just locally. And then additional services, we'll need a Postgres database when... Well, I'll just say we'll need a Postgres database that will be hosted in Azure. And I don't know, so this part I'm a little bit nervous about because I'm not running Postgres locally. I don't have a Postgres instance in Azure right now. So we might have to do something. We'll see how far we get. Maybe I have to use SQLite locally and then flip over to Postgres. We'll see. Where's Kubernetes? Yeah, I need Kubernetes. That's a great call out. I'm amazed it didn't suggest Kubernetes for me. That's a good one. Okay, I think that's it for 3. So 4, just a Blazor server app. But that's just the server side. Yeah, I need the WebAssembly. Blazor. With server-side rendering. 5. Oh, authentication. No authentication. Styling framework. Ugh. What do we do? I want opinions on number 4 for the styling framework. I'm going to come back to it, but I'm looking to you, chat. Tailwind is the thing that comes to mind. I don't do this, though. I live in the back end. So source control, please. The Git, let's say, yeah, initialize the folder for Git source control. I'm sorry, this is just boring you watching me type and say what I'm typing. I know we want to see it doing stuff. I'm trying my best. I don't know why I don't like stuff in like a source folder. That always feels weird to me, especially SRC. Like, just come on, just put it all in the same spot, all in the root. And landing page will be a placeholder for now. Try Tailwind. Okay, you got it. Ready? Rock and roll. So interesting. So here's what I'll do. I'll scaffold the solution projects with the correct templates. I think that's a good start because I think it would be weird if it decided like I'm going to go down the path of just doing the Aspire stuff all the way through or something right away. I feel like I would rather see solution, couple projects, they don't do anything, great. Now let's go into one and start making progress. So setting up Aspire to orchestrate the Blazor app in a Postgres resource, I think that makes sense. Then we'll go over to Blazor. Okay. And then the last step's actually initializing Git. Interesting. Okay. Before I generate the exact commands and files, can you confirm, do you want Postgres connection string to be set up for local development? Ooh. Oh, I could use Docker. Why didn't I even, that didn't even enter my mind. I feel stupid for that. Yeah. Do you want the Postgres? So yes, I would like to use Docker locally and Azure for deployment of with Postgres. Can't type. Okay, and then should the Aspire project include deployment configuration for Azure? Yes. Should include deploy. Can't spell. Okay. How deep into the styling do you want to go? Tailwind has some decent defaults, but something like Blazor might give you more out of the box. Yeah, that's the thing. So, Devin, it's a good question. It presented those options. The only thing in Blazor that I've used is Blazor, so kind of funny. And maybe I have to pivot. I want to see what it does, but I think it's a good question. I don't know what the answer is that I want. Blazor, like I said, that's the one I've used. So my website, if you go to devleader.ca, actually, no, that's a lie. I don't know what that uses. What did I build with Blazor? Whatever. It might have just been building blog articles, honestly, and videos, but I've used Blazor before. So, okay. Navigate to Code Commute web and install. Hold on. So here's the plan. Is it going to do it? Oh yeah, it's just giving me the steps that it's going to do. Yeah, exactly, Devin. If I don't have to write any of the Tailwind stuff, hell yeah. Okay. Rock and roll. Please proceed and do all the above. Justin says, this situation I would use Tailwind, but I've never tried with Blazor. Oh, there's a run button in the code block. I didn't even realize. I know it's doing it right now. Oh, I see. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out. I'm a cursor newbie. Where did it make it? Or did it not? Did it just put it into the chat because there is no file yet? Really? It's running in... Oh, man. It wasn't running in agent mode. Am I going to lose the chat if I switch it? Oh, no. Okay. That you provided. I thought I was in agent mode this whole time. That was the whole point of doing this. Go do your thing, robot assistant. Waiting for approval. Wow. Auto run. Okay. Oh, good start. Just a reminder, this is the thing that's it's replacing all of your jobs. I'm just kidding. Is it going to do this for every step? It just like doesn't work? It doesn't know how to write PowerShell. Yeah, like... Am I losing my mind here? Like... I don't understand. Yeah, agents are not taking our job. Yeah, you're right. They're not. I can't, like, is it actually doing anything? Let's see, one sec. See, users, Nick. Oh, man. Ugh. It's just like using it in my user folder. Like, I see... I see the things, and I don't like what I'm seeing. I might have to, like, move this stuff, close cursor, and reopen it. Or do something here. Because it's building the stuff, and I'd like to show you, but it's like in my personal user folder. Not a big fan of PowerShell, to be honest. Yeah, but like, I don't understand, like, why does it keep doing the same thing over and over, failing if it's like... Like, did I misconfigure cursor or something? Or is it just not... Is it just being stupid? Oh no, it's gonna go install that there. It in a moment, once this... Maybe I'll let this go all the way through. Okay, it's doing it inside of these subdirectories. I don't want it to just blast everything into C user's nick. Would not be good. But I think it's doing it in client server shared, yeah. Vibe coding turned into hell coding, yeah. If it changes my whole user folder, it's going to be hell cleanup for the rest of my life. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Worst case, we all become software engineers working for military contractors. That's right. Oh, it wanted me to, I didn't even see it wanted me to confirm that. Whoa. It's actually showing stuff now the first time. Yeah, Devin, it's interesting, right? The QDC part, it's like what, like why is it doing that? Is that like when we see the arrow up, is that like control? I feel like when I've seen like control C, I see like an arrow up C, but man, this is, it's very like, I should change the settings on this. I don't want to keep doing this. Just blast it in there, buddy. Let's go. Because so you can, I don't know if, sorry, I should probably pause on some of this stuff. It's actually building the Aspire stuff, which is super cool. Right? And I don't know the audience on this, right? I know my YouTube audience on my main channel, Dev Leader, which is where we're streaming for YouTube. Most people are .NET developers, but I know people are coming in from Code Commute. There's people on Twitter and stuff, LinkedIn. I can't actually tell. I don't even know if we're streaming to LinkedIn right now. That would be super embarrassing because I didn't check. But I don't know if people are familiar with the .NET stuff, like Aspire and all that. So that's what is on the screen right now. I'm just double checking the event, by the way. Sorry, on LinkedIn. I think it's going. Yeah, I can see my dumb face on LinkedIn, so that's cool. So this is the Aspire setup. What you see is kind of what I was explaining to it in the prompts, but basically it's going to set up resources that will it can be leveraged in Azure to automatically set up those resources as well. Sorry, this is, I haven't seen this done before. This is the web app. It's like combining them. You were live on LinkedIn. Thanks. I appreciate it. This is like, this is not the Aspire part. This is the actual web application, but it's using Aspire. Did it not show the Aspire part? I thought that was the first part it was going to do. It's making bicep files. Okay, we'll keep it going. We'll see what happens. More control characters. This is something. I want everyone to remember this video when the next time you're reading a LinkedIn post that's someone saying, oh, AI is taking your jobs. I mean, I'm just clicking, but like permission denied, like, man. Oh no. It's adding it's adding my user directory to Git. Oh. That's not okay. I don't know what's gonna happen. Stop. There's a stop button. Oh no. Give me one moment. I just saw like enumerating stuff and I'm like, I don't know if that should be on the stream right now. It's like video game installs and stuff like that. There's a .git folder here. We're gonna delete that. You can see there it's deleting. It was adding everything. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna close cursor. I'm gonna move stuff into a subfolder. Insane. Okay, let's close that. Give me 1 sec, okay? I just want to get things back on track here. Code Commute website. Now I have to figure out what this stuff is. Bullseye coverage error. I don't know what that is. There's Tailwind. There's the git ignore, git config. Let's delete that. I need 1 more sec here, folks. Sorry about that. You can see the DB password. I hope not. I hope not. Okay. And I just gotta move this stuff into here. And I think we're okay. Let's get this back open. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's get that docked over here. Let's try again, see what's up. Actually, this is a good opportunity for us to see what it's done so far. Right, so it made the solution, which is great. It has our Blazor stuff. How the heck are non-developers doing that? I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Apparently people are doing it, making tons of money, so good for them. Okay, so far, if you recall, what did we specify for the target framework? Anyone remember? Wait a second, this isn't cursor. This isn't cursor, but does anyone remember what the target framework was? Supposed to be is the hidden part. Sorry, I had double clicked it so it opened up in Visual Studio. Hard coded ports. Nope. How do you just open up a man? Oh, it knows. There we go. VS Code agent mode. Good question. I tried VS Code agent mode and was disappointed. I tried cursor agent mode and was disappointed. I happen to be slightly less disappointed with cursor. Maybe it was coincidence. So I figured we'll try cursor. As soon as agent mode is in full Visual Studio, I won't be touching cursor. I do not like using like the VS Code editors. I don't know why. I honestly, as a Visual Studio power user for years, I just feel like my thumbs are tied together when I'm using VS Code. But yeah. So our Roboto, I think your point that you just made is exactly what I've been experiencing. So regardless of VS Code or cursor, agent mode has not been good. But even using Copilot in Visual Studio or VS Code, or using ChatGPT just to talk to and like having it write code, having it help with designs and stuff, that's been tremendous. Like I've been having really good experiences with that. Did we lose our chat? Oh my God. We lost our chat. Okay. We won't worry. There was the Aspire. Sorry, I was totally wrong earlier when I was like, "Oh, look, there's Aspire." That wasn't Aspire. That was just the web project. How do we run this? Can we just run it? Where's there's a run button, start debugging. Oh, I don't even have an extension for C#. Come on. What's the C# toolkit? Is that what it is? Can I even get that? Is there not? You know what? Back to Visual Studio, man. I don't. These IDEs suck. Sorry if you like these other crappy IDEs, but we're going to Visual Studio. Okay. So, solution contains packages of vulnerabilities. Excellent. Anyway, back to the other question I had. I said 9. I don't know. Maybe I don't even have 9 on my computer, but now all these dependencies are going to cry. No. Okay. .NET 7? Like, where did that come from? Like, I definitely did not say 7 anywhere. Oh, and all these are going to be... You can't trust AI with anything, man. I'm sure, you know, I'm telling you this because I know it's going to happen. There's going to be someone who is in love with AI tools and stuff, and they're just going to point out all the things it did wrong, which is great because I'll learn. But the prompt says .NET 9. It's gone now because we lost the chat, but I'm telling you, it's recorded. We can go back and look at it. But oh, you might be sure Microsoft isn't locking down access to these. Yeah, that's what I. So Devin, it's a good reminder. I'm pretty sure what you said is exactly right. Let me move my head back over here. Move the chat back over here, back to normal land with these IDEs. But I think you're right that this stuff is locked down. Yeah. It's my own employer out to get me. Let's update these bad boys. I just want to see, did it output enough that we can actually run it? Our Roboto saying, getting imports to work every time is nearly impossible. Even with extensive instructions, some models will do what they believe is best no matter what. Yeah. Package restore failed. Oh, because these are... You just get me to 9? Please? I'm sorry. This is probably... Everyone's like, oh, we're going to be coding stuff. And it's just me like trying to mess around to get an empty project set up for, what, 40 minutes so far now? But hey, man, like your jobs are at risk, right? So I don't know if I finished my thought earlier, but the next time you see a LinkedIn post about people saying all the developers are cooked, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid, which I'll gladly just accept that as reality. But I don't think I'm totally stupid, so I don't know. Everyone else is vibe coding their way to success. Okay, let's get all these out of here. Save them all. Code Commute app host project requires a reference to Aspire app host with version 9. What was there? Is this just an old error message? Oh, SDK. So it's missing Aspire app host SDK. Back to package management. Okay. Install that. Has a package.NET platform that's not supported by app host. Oh my, man, I don't, you know, I said when I was driving home and filming a video, I said, if this thing can't even structure the stuff, I'm going to be pretty upset. So what we might just do is blow this away and add maybe blow the whole thing away so we can make some progress. Thanks for the weather forecast. Amazing. Okay, so there's a Blazor project. Can we see if anything runs? Maybe. Can I like run, you know, I don't know. I think I might pull the plug on this and just like restart it. Have I done any Maui dev? No, I have not. I do need to spend some time with Maui. I just don't make time for it. Okay, we're just going back to normal way of doing stuff. Sorry, agents. I just deleted that, so it shouldn't be there. Let's do a new Blazor web app. And I think I actually picked the wrong thing too, so we'll do it in dev leader, code commute, solution name. The project name is going to be web app, and the solution is not, because we're going to drop everything in there. Okay, .NET 9, yes. Authentication, none. HTTPS, render mode. Yeah, we're going to go with server render mode, per page, include sample pages, sure. And then in list, there we go. See, it's all just here. I can click through. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Yeah, Blazor does have built-in auth. I've used it for a couple things. It's just nice that you get all this stuff scaffolded. One sec, I gotta dock this to the right spot. Cool. So, how fast was that? Let's see if this actually works. Is Blazor server-side rendered? This will be. The Blazor render modes are pretty wild. They can get really complicated. The first time I did anything, look, it's running. Just for the record, we spent 40 minutes trying to get something with agents, and the template just works out of the box. So anyway, here we go. So for folks that haven't seen Aspire, Aspire is pretty cool. Sorry, my window docking is a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm using like a 48-inch screen, so I'm using 1/4 of the window or the screen to stream to all of you. So I apologize, it's just a bit messy. So there it is. Okay, there's our Blazor site. Here we go. Here's Aspire. If you haven't seen, our robot. I haven't written any C# in 6 years now. Yeah, honestly, the last few releases, like I'm a .NET fanboy. I've been using C# for forever and ever. But there's been like pretty ridiculous improvements over the last few years. But a lot of this stuff is really interesting. I really want to spend some time with Maui, but haven't gotten to it. But Blazor's super cool for people like me that love writing in C#. It's like, I wasn't joking earlier when it's like Bootstrap or Tailwind. I'm like, I literally don't know. Both of those are familiar. I couldn't tell you if and when I've used them in front end stuff. I don't know, because I don't spend time doing it. But the support in Aspire is super cool, right? Like that's my console window, but you can see it up here. I don't have any structured logging set up. Oh, but it does do it by default. Cool. So this is really cool. Tracing is also there by, man, like this is just they've done such a good job with getting this stuff working out of the box. No, I don't work on the team that does this stuff. Like Microsoft doesn't pay me to do this, but like Aspire is so cool. And we do have some metrics by default too. So, right. This is all just like out of the box, super cool. And you can tailor this stuff too, right? Like when I build ASP.NET Core apps, I use Seralog for logging. So this stuff looks different. What this didn't give us out of the box, sorry, is setting up a Postgres database in Aspire. But I mean, we got the sample app in Blazor. It was just the template, right? Super cool. I'm gonna flip back here. What I want to do, and can we just, do I have Copilot? Let me check for a second. I wasn't planning to do this approach, so I don't know if I have Copilot set up in this Visual Studio. I do. Okay. What I was thinking is, let me do this. Pull this over here. for what it's worth, Copilot is the first tool in Visual Studio that in like 10 years, maybe more, that I was like, you know what, you get your own real estate in my window. Otherwise, it's all hidden. I don't like seeing it, but it's really cool to have it here. So we're going to go to the app host. I'll stop this. Our Roboto, you're asking, very cool, what kind of UI does it use? So if we just jump over to so I get it's using some Bootstrap, but it's in Razor pages, right? So if we go home, these are all Razor pages, so you get this kind of interesting HTML stuff going on. Or the counter one, you'll see some code right in here. Some people hate this. I think you can have the code set up in another file too if you don't want to see them at the same time. I don't have tons and tons of experience in Blazor, but like, man, like you got your HTML up here. You got code. You can wire this stuff in. For me, this is super intuitive, but I don't have a lot of practice. Like, for example, this is a button, but like, what are all the things the button can do? I actually don't know, right? But I can see that there's an @ sign for on click and it's an event handler. So if I was like, I wonder what other, can I do a hover event? Is there hover, cursor, or like, I guess it's on, right? So on click. So there's a lot, like I could go figure out pretty quickly on focus change, right? I mean, for me as a C# developer in Visual Studio, on mouse over. Yeah, there we go. Mouse move, mouse over, thanks, right? So it's just being in a familiar spot. I was asking people about this on LinkedIn and Twitter, and some people were like, no, I don't use it, but like whatever, I use React or whatever, that's fine. And I had a couple of people that were like, I think it's stupid. Why would you ever do it? It's never going to replace React and Angular and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, it's not meant for you then. That's totally cool. Microsoft didn't come out with Blazor to say, you know what, we're taking down React. No, they said there's a lot of C# developers that just want to stick to something familiar. They made it for me. It's like they knew that Nick wanted this and they said, Nick, we're making Blazor just for you. It's literally like the perfect thing for me. I just don't have tons of experience in it. But what I want to do is go back to, where did my Copilot window go? Oh, I was running, so it didn't keep the... I'm going to go back to Copilot. We're going to use some AI for building stuff. I don't want to totally bail on it, but let's go back here. So I'm going to ask it, include the active document. I'm writing out the proposal to replace our React front end with Blazor. Very cool, Devin. I'd be interested in hearing how that goes, because I think a lot of people in responses to Twitter and LinkedIn were saying like a majority of people were like, if they do use it, they're like internal tools. Some people were saying like production apps for customers, and like that's cool. But we'll see. Young Bird interviewing for an entry-level C# job next week. Let's go. I am very excited for you. I want to hear all about it, so keep us posted if you're comfortable. If it doesn't go well and you want to talk about it, send me a message. Happy to hear that, though. That should be cool. Obviously, you know it's the best language, right? Just kidding, but... Okay, so I would like my Aspire application to be able to set up a Postgres resource. It will be deploying in Azure, but I would also like it to run locally by connecting to Docker. What other information? I think this is going to be a prompt I keep including. I think, do you need to create or make the necessary Aspire app post? And this isn't an agent mode, unfortunately. Womp womp. Okay, so To set a Postgres resource database name, what should we call it? User credentials. Oh, this is where my credentials are gonna leak though. So let's give it some answers. One, I don't think so. I don't think you can do agent mode in the settings yet. Oops, I can't spell. Copilot. Couldn't before. No, I don't think it's there. I think it's coming soon though. So, and yes, they've updated to GPT 4.1. I don't know if I've paid attention to that yet though. So, database name, we'll call it. We'll just have it called Code Commute. User credentials. It will be admin. Right? That way you guys can steal my credentials. Imagine I forget to change it and I end up deploying this. We use Azure Database for Postgres. I will use the cheapest configuration for Azure. You know me, my my ad revenue for YouTube does not cover the fast lane for Code Commute, so we gotta stay cheap. Docker image. Just the latest image because I don't care. Connection string. Should the connection string be injected into your Blazor app as a secret environment variable? Ooh, yes. Yes, please inject as an environ. Oh man. That was difficult. Number 6, resource naming. No special naming because I don't know. I just want to see some progress. Data persistence for local Docker. Do you want to persist data? No. No persistence required locally. Rock and roll. Set it up. Let's go. Nice. Nice. Okay, so just to see, right, distributed application, that part's the same, but this Postgres part's different, and then we need to be able to have a reference. So I'm just going to copy that in. Was that the vibe coding part? Did we just vibe code? Can I say that I am a vibe coder now? I copied and pasted code from the chat over. We're vibing. Who knows if it works? Doesn't even work. I can't find add Postgres, but it probably said I need to add a NuGet package, right? Or maybe it didn't. So I'm going to break the vibe coding rule when I say which, like I know that it needs a NuGet package. Do I unvibe code by saying which NuGet package do I need to add? Sorry, I broke the vibe coding rules. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to go specifically into the package manager. Oh man, why did it dock all this? This is not what I expected. What? Am I dumb? That's right. I feel ridiculous. Does it? I copied it. It's probably like out of date or something, and they have a new name. Microsoft AS. Can I just search for parts of it? No. I'm assuming it's gonna be that top one. Yeah, did it? I think it hallucinated a package. I think that's what that means. We'll see. Oh man. Did it really? That's amazing. Okay, and it did. This is kind of funny. If you're gonna do name parameters, do them the whole way through. But these, sorry, my camera's blocking the what's it called? The tooltip. Parameter resource. So I feel like this is wrong. Oh, you got the, sorry, the tooltip's even cut off from the chat. I'm the worst streamer, aren't I? There we go. Let's put you back over here, chat. But you can see add Postgres. Oh, now the tooltip is wrapping. That's, thank you very much for making me look stupid. Name, but I don't think that's the configuration. Like, those parameters aren't there. But there we go. Add database, right? Like, remember, AI is coming to take your jobs. Is there like a... What am I trying to say? Like credentials or something? That's the resource name. So we want that. And then what was in add database? It said name and database name. What's the... I don't understand. What's the difference between this one and the one after? Like a resource name and then another name? With... Okay. Is there something... Nope, I don't know. Or is add database separate? Oh, there's a username. How did I miss that? Was I just not looking at the tooltip? I feel very silly now. I think add database is not what I thought it was. So it's doing it again. The tooltip is behind my camera completely and I can't see it. So the next one is a username, but it's a special type, iResource Builder. Can I just do that and it will work? One sec, I just want to try. So no, it can't. I don't know what the resource builder is. So let's... I don't know the answer to this. Yes, connection string. Sorry, extra characters there. This also seems to be like a pattern I see with this new line stuff. But there is no connection string? So let's try this. It did the wrong thing, so that didn't work. Please provide another solution for this using Aspire. Post. Oops. We'll see. We'll vibe code it over again. No, just... Come on. I bet you ChatGPT could do it. But Aspire hosting, is it even the right... Well, that is. I don't know, man. I bet you I could use ChatGPT and it'll figure. You need... What do I need? Devin, both. I need Postgres and database. There's the connection string part. Was that even in the first one? Oh, it was. It was. So add Postgres. Yeah. That's the resource, right? But I'm confused about this second line. Oops. Oops. Oh, from the docs. You're cheating. You're only supposed to ask AI for it. Where's the configuration though? Like how do we is that all just going to be from the connection string, I guess? Is that why? Or like why where's the connection string part come in? But that makes sense. Adding Postgres, adding a database. This is literally, I don't think this can go on the internet. Why can't it search the internet? Seems very silly. One sec. Give me one moment. I just want to see if I can pull up a ChatGPT window easily. Okay. And I'm going to go back here. Let's take this. I'm going to take this. How do I want to do this? I want it to, but so Devin, the add Postgres part, it's not taking strings. Complains about it. So there's some other type of parameter resource. I don't know how to get those though. Builder. Sorry, I can't see anything because the tooltips are completely blocked. I think it's add parameter though, right? If I put it down here, maybe it'll... There we go. Name, value. I think it's this, right? DB user, DB. There we go. Look. Look, we're beating the AI. Our jobs are safe. And just because I need to see it like that. This is harder than I was expecting. Yeah, you and me both. I don't know where the connection string part comes in, though. But is that just another resource? Builder. Like, this is the thing. I feel very comfortable in ChatGPT in comparison. So let's do this. I'm just going to copy this. I would like to load the connection. What's the right way to say this? From let's just try that. Yeah, people are apparently building full stack apps somehow without knowing anything. Remove this line exactly because it's not right. And then you can do this using .NET Run. Pardon me? Oh, it's saying for setting the environment variable, but it's just saying to load it from the configuration. And this is a cool thing that ChatGPT is saying, right? Add parameter. I want it loaded from the environment. So should I have done that instead? Oh, you know what? I think I see what's happening. Let me back up. I think that how this code was supposed to be set up is that when you go configure Postgres, it's like, great, now that you've got Postgres set up the way you want, when we want to go run the web app, we need to give it a connection string. So it's going to make a, this is, I think I got this. We're going to be setting up the environment variable for our application, not Aspire, but for the application we're running. Connection strings, 2 underscores means it's going to be a nested parameter under there. So we're going to have a connection string called Postgres. And the idea is that we should be able to ask Postgres for its connection string, I think was the idea. So I'm assuming, what is the type of Postgres as a resource builder? With connection redirect. Sorry, I'm trying to, live streaming and having the camera is not good. At least for the YouTube video, like the editor knows I'm like trying to look around the camera and he can clip it out, but I don't think this is what I want. That seems wrong. Register callback, which is invoked when connection string is requested for a resource. No. So what did ChatGPT say to us? I clearly wasn't reading. So for local dev, in your Blazor app, let's scroll back up. Remove that. You can do this by using this. This, I don't understand what this is trying to say. .NET Run, and then it shows setting an environment variable and then calling .NET Run, I guess. I think we're mixing a couple paradigms here. Then you don't need to wire up with environment. So what I want to ask it, is there no way to ask the resources in Aspire to get the connection string for the configured Postgres okay. But that doesn't work. Right? So it says it can't be found. So, oh, with connection string? No. I don't know where it's like deciding to, oh, hold on. This is an extension method. So it's saying we can add this. So the actual error, I'm just going to copy it directly. Sometimes I do this and I don't even give it any context. I'm just like, you're the robot, you figure it out. Calling on the builder, not the resource. But we are assigning it. What the heck, man? I know this is what Devin said, for the record. He had it split out. But, like, the return value when you change stuff together, it's not going to change it. I'm pretty confident, unless I'm just having a brain fart. Yeah, it still doesn't work. When you chain this together up here, just to kind of prove it, that's the same thing, except obviously the variables. So Postgres DB is still iResource Builder. That doesn't work because post and I'm gonna have to wrap up this stream soon, so I'm really sorry that, like, this is, I knew this was gonna happen, for the record. I just didn't want to admit it to myself. The key is to use with connection string extension on the resource builder at build time, not before. Yeah, I get it, man, but I'm just saying that so okay, this is what I think it's trying to get. Yeah, it's like just build it yourself, which makes sense, but cool. Let's just do that. Okay. Yay, but this isn't going to work because I think it doesn't have anything with Docker. So I'm just going to do one more thing and say, if I have the following in Aspire, how can I make sure for local dev it runs a Docker instance of Postgres? That will be different in production because in Azure, I will have a Postgres resource. Yeah, classic LM. You're absolutely right. Here's the wrong answer another way. Okay. So this part makes sense so far. I think there's other ways to do this too. There's like, it's not the same actually. There's like a run mode versus build mode, but this is separating out production versus local testing or development. So if it's not production, we're going to do this. What's the actual difference here? Does Aspire just like start a Docker image for me? I've never tried that. It doesn't feel right. It says, I don't know, man. We're vibing, right? Just vibe away. Didn't have all the code. Oh no. Oh, we vibed too hard. Undo. Okay, so what am I pasting in here? We still need the builder. Oh man. Hey, but you know, all those people making tons of money, vibing away. We need the... Why is that not working? Oh, this whole thing, disaster, man. You can't even do a string comparison to environment. Oh my goodness. What type is environment? iHost environment. No. No. I don't know, man. Okay. Var is production Here we go. Done. It doesn't like this. So I don't know what's up with that. It needed to be add Postgres server. So I think this whole thing is wrong. But I think what it was trying to do is saying, like, if you're not in production, you need to go wire up a server otherwise. So this is just wrong. It's just, the whole thing's wrong. Anyway, moral of the story is this stuff doesn't just work. I've used Aspire and I have used Blazor, and I'm pretty confident that after people watching this, they're going to say, no, you haven't. Yeah, I know. That's okay. So far, what we've gotten is nothing done, which is cool. If I run this locally, does it actually crash now because the Postgres stuff's going to crap out? Probably. Like, I would expect that this doesn't work. Okay, yeah. So, newer version. Pardon me. Why is it complaining about that? Did I Control Z too far? Oh man, I might have. I went too far. Or maybe I didn't even touch that. How? What? Okay. But this is super interesting, right? So I figured it wasn't going to work. But is it going to try? Will it actually run it in Docker? I'm blown away if that's actually the case. I think it will actually work. Can we do, where's it loading from? Let's just do this. It's going to be environment variables. Are my configs going to load from here? I don't think they're going to load from the config file directly, though. Can I do them in here? Let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of floundering because I want to wrap this up, but I want to see it actually work. Debug. There we go. I just wanted to add it here. So what did I call them? DB user, DB password. And is there a save? I think it just goes. Okay, DB user, DB password. Okay. Three years into being 6 months from AI taking our jobs. Yeah. Okay, so still missing. Apparently, I don't know how to pass parameters on the command line or in environment variables. But pretty cool because it looks like if I pass those properly, let's just do this. We're cheating. We're cheating. Oh, and it doesn't even... One sec. You can do defaults, right? Parameter default. How do we make that? New parameter default? No. No. Generate parameter default. Sorry, I don't know what I'm typing here. So I'm trying to see, like, how do we make a new one of these? No, I don't want that. Okay, I don't know. I think that's the end of the stream. We got the furthest we could just by using the template. We used cursor, which failed miserably, for the record. That was terrible. Then Copilot was hallucinating about packages. And then I thought ChatGPT was going to come save the day, but maybe I was just floundering too much already. But what's cool is that at this point, based on running it in Aspire, it does absolutely look like, if I have the environment variable set up, I didn't realize, but it looks like Aspire will go run a Docker container. I'm fascinated by that. I thought I would have to do something different, but I guess they've kind of abstracted that away, which is super cool. What I knew I wasn't going to test today is having the Azure deployment wired up. Kind of just accepted that. Even if it would have all worked and we did it in 10 minutes, I wouldn't have tried deploying into Azure on stream. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And then what we didn't get to do any of is the Blazor side, which is unfortunate. But like we have, all these placeholders, right? All this stuff is placeholder. All of it would basically go away. And then I was hoping to spend some time in the Blazor side. Basically, the cool part, in my opinion, would be like, if you don't know me, I'm terrible with front end stuff, for especially like web development. So this would be a good example of me truly being like, I want a shiny button and center the div and go, and then see what it can do. A lot of the other pieces I can tell when it's messing stuff up. But front end stuff, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, man. Just make it look pretty. So I was hoping we could spend time on that part, but we didn't get there. So I'll have to see. I might resume the stream. Maybe I'll take a different time to stream and do the coding part and get back to normal scheduled kind of AMA style stuff on next Monday, but I'll try and see. So if you thought this was interesting, even though it was a complete failure, I will try to stream the rest of building this, and I'll just have to decide if it's going to take the Monday slot or another slot. But thanks for being here. I'm so sorry that this didn't work out as planned, although I kind of anticipated it was going to be a bit of a nightmare. I should probably do the thing that I normally do at the end of these, which is kind of show you guys where you can find some of the resources and stuff. So normally, let me go back here. Normally, I have my newsletter, and basically every live stream, like 99% of the time, is from the newsletter. So no, you don't have to subscribe to the newsletter, but the newsletter generally has the topics. By the way, thanks Peter K from New York. I appreciate it. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want an email newsletter, but it's like a blog post, right? So this was the one that went out on the weekend, and this was about the same topic, but usually I go through the content and kind of talk about it. And this is a clip from Code Commute where I was talking about this kind of thing. So put the link in the chat if you want to check it out. This is how I base the live streams. I have a couple of YouTube channels. Obviously, if you're on YouTube, you're watching from the main one. It's called Dev Leader. So I'll put the link to that in the chat because some folks are not from there. And you can see we're streaming right now, but this is where my C# tutorials, the most recent sort of playlist, has been on ASP.NET Core, caching, Redis. It's been fun to put that together. So you can check that out. There's also resume reviews. So I have a bit of a backlog to catch up on now. So we'll put those together for folks, but they're free if you watch the resume review videos. They explain in the first minute how you can submit a resume. So that's how you go find out how to do it. Go watch one of the videos. Code Commute is my other YouTube channel. This one is I came here as a friend to say I'm hurt your vibe coding. Yeah, well, Jesse, it didn't work. So it didn't work at all. Thanks, Thang. I appreciate that. But Code Commute is the channel I have where I pump out tons of videos on Code Commute every week. They're a lot of fun for me to make. I don't edit them aside from these Insta360 ones, which are super cool. I'll show you one quickly. So you can literally look around. Like, I don't know if you can tell on the stream, but I'm dragging the window around. Right? This is me in traffic. I'm still in traffic. By the way, for Code Commute viewers, this is like the worst part of my drive. I'm just highlighting it so you can actually see around. But this is me like trying to get onto here. But if we back up even further, it starts here. No, it goes back even further. I have to show you guys this because I spend so much time on this part of the highway. It's like, it's insane. Okay, it's even before this. Usually this part of the highway, you can see the cars to the left. Yeah, I forgot. I had a little clip there. But this part of the highway, it starts backing up here and it's nuts. And I have to like merge over to this lane, which is an on-ramp. Then it's backed up. Then I have to move over like 4 lanes of traffic. It's the worst. I hate it. But that's okay. Anyway, that's Code Commute. The videos are a lot of fun for me to make. I'll plug courses. If you watch the Code Commute video that I filmed today, it's not posted yet, but I talk about some course ideas that are coming. So there's a hint. But this is where I have my courses if you're interested. There's getting started in deep dive for C# if you're interested in learning about C#. It's over 11 hours of material. And then I have some career development ones as well with Ryan Murphy. So try to share some insights for, especially conversations with your manager. If you watch Code Commute, a lot of the stuff I talk about on Code Commute's captured in those courses. And Ryan Murphy is a engineering manager at Yelp. So a lot of insight to share as well. Car makes cool noises when you make those merges. So yeah, because usually my foot's on the ground because I'm trying to move. And then finally, Brand Ghost is the product that I am building on the side. If you are familiar with my social media posting online, aside from, how do I say this? If I'm commenting on someone else's post, I don't comment through Brand Ghost that way because a lot of the APIs don't support that. But if it's a top level post on any platform, it's done through Brand Ghost. If I'm engaging with comments on my own content, a lot of that's through Brand Ghost. Brand Ghost is what I build to support my own content creation, and then I've kind of opened it up to other people as well. So team and I are working on Brand Ghost. It is 100% free to use if you just want to cross post across these platforms and schedule. No strings attached. You know where to find me, right? I'm not trying to scam anyone. We fully believe that if anyone is interested in starting with content creation, it doesn't make sense to have to go pay for a tool that's going to cross-post and schedule. Scheduling should be built into every content creation tool, or social media platform for that matter, sorry. And cross-posting is a, pardon my language, is a pain in the ass. You shouldn't have to sit there copying and pasting posts to Twitter and to Blue Sky and to Mastodon. I have some of my social media posts that go out to 12 platforms at a time. So the shorts, if you see the short videos I post every day, those go to 12 platforms. Could you imagine if every day I sat there uploading the same video to 12 platforms? I would not be making content anymore. So encourage you, if you're interested in getting started with trying out content creation, try out Brand Ghost. It's totally free. You can message me, ask questions. Like I said, you know where to find me. And if you have a small business or something that needs social media marketing, and you're like, I don't like keeping up with it, we do have paid for solutions that, in my opinion, would tremendously help. The part that I haven't mentioned on this particular stream is when I talk about posting content to all these platforms. Yes, we have free cross-posting and scheduling. I don't even schedule my own content. I have like a year over, it's indefinite. One sec. Let me just show you. Let me just show you. Oh, I gotta log in 1 sec. I just want to show you why this is, because people like, I'll do podcast interviews and people are like, by the way, like, how do you post so much content? It's coming. 1 sec. I just had to log in. Okay, so when this loads, that's my content calendar, okay? You can see on the 28th, I have 13 posts. On the 13th, 20th, and 27th, 23 posts. I didn't schedule these. It's already done. Let's go to the next month. What's it look like in June? It's a little slower for my stuff because there's a lot of posts, but it's already done. All of my content creation is like, I make the content and Brand Ghost has it done. And this is why, for me, Brand Ghost is a lifesaver, because I can just make content and then it goes out everywhere. So, like I said, if you're interested, try it out. It's totally free. There's a free trial for the paid for features. And like I said, if you have a small business and you want to try having some recurring content, so if you have advertisements you want to go out on a regular basis, then you can use what we call topic streams, and that's your recurring content. So I realize not everyone's a content creator or cares or has a business, but even if you're trying to learn in public, I think it can be really cool to post stuff on different platforms. So that's the stream. I'm sorry that codecommute.com didn't come to fruition. Maybe next time.